Don't watch me, watch Nolazine TV. It's the best video ever and subscribe to it.
Oh! What's up, everybody? This 360, aka Mr. Round 2, and you're not tuned in to Nolazine TV.
All right, round 2.
Like a dog.
So tell everybody where you from.
Man, I'm born and raised in the Ninth Ward, really and truly. I tell people I'm from all over because we stayed everywhere. But Ninth Ward, New Orleans, we started off in the Desire Project, moved to Independence in St. Claude, moved to Lesseps in Villeray. So, like, you know, really and truly, New Orleans is my home.
Okay, so when did you become an entrepreneur?
Man, we was born to be entrepreneurs, man. To be honest, my mom and daddy, you know, they've been in this field, been in the field of having their own business and stuff through my whole adolescent life growing up, you know, from daycares, barbershops, beauty salons, sweet shops. So we was opening the door sometime when people knock on the door for some candy, and we selling candy, and you know, so it's pretty much been in all of my siblings, all of us, really and truly.
I was about to say something funny. I was about to say, I'm like, especially like Big Bingo.
Big Bingo, Food Diddy. Shout out to Food Diddy, man. That's my bro for real, man.
Okay.
Hustler.
That's the hustler?
Yes, Lord.
Okay. So far as like, I'm like round 2. Tell the people, I'm like, how did you come up, with the name?
All right, well, thing about it is it's easy for me to say, you know, round 2, you know, it's subliminal or metaphoric for having another drink. I like to drink, or actually, you know, just watching boxing. I like boxing. That's easy. It's a little bit deeper than that. You heard me? Round 2 is basically second chance. Round 2 is like I say, it's easy to say it's subliminal and metaphoric for drinking and watch. I love that. So, you know, that's part of it, but it's deeper than that. Like I said, second chance. I don't care who you are in the first round. I don't care what people say about you before I encounter with you. I believe everybody deserves an opportunity and a chance, you know, with somebody. So, like, they could tell me all day long. They could say Nolazine or whatever. They could say this about that person or say that about that person. I mean, our relationship is not the same as you and that individual's relationship, so I got to see it for myself, man. Everybody deserves a second chance, and that's round 2. When you cross my door cell or encounter with me, that's a fresh start. You heard me?
Okay. So, I'm like, when did you start your business?
The actual restaurant and bar business came in 2017 of February, and really and truly, that happened by default. I ain't gonna truly say default because, you know, God is good and God blessed me and put me in a position to do that. But I've never in a million years thought that I would have a restaurant and bar, to be honest with you. That was never even it happened.
So it just happened overnight?
It happened, man. I was driving by one day, and I teach my sons that you want to know about everything visible and tangible, everything you can see and touch. And I'm the type, like, I may see a vacant lot, an empty lot, I see a number on it, I'm gonna call it just to check, just to be nosy, how much you want for it, woo, woo, woo. And if it's right and I'm up for the moment and I'm feeling good, I'm gonna jump on it. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with that lot, but I'll figure it out once I get that lot. So basically that's kind of what happened with my first spot on Claiborne, 1832 North Claiborne. I was driving by, seen a for rent sign, and I called the landlord. Before you know it, he kind of like, he was speeding the conversation up. Before you know it, he like, let's meet up. I met up and we had a few drinks, and before you know it, I was like, I got a building, I'm gonna open up a restaurant and bar. You know, default.
Man, I remember you telling me Harris was about to open your thing. I was like, I didn't even believe you because we was already drunk already.
Man.
I just thought you was just like.
Say, bro, a lot of people didn't believe me,
you
man.
kept saying, just come get a steak.
Yeah, for real, man. You know, a lot of people didn't think that, you know, I was serious about it or whatever, but people should know by now. I'm just so spontaneous, man. I pop up and just do shit, you know.
I want to congratulate you for your good marketing.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
First opened up, I'm in the parish.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like, everybody come get a steak for free. If you want to pay for it, I just need you to pull up.
That's on you. Just pull up.
That was marketing that some people really don't know.
Well,
you get them to the location.
It was, yeah, get them there. That's true, you know. And I don't really realize it's marketing until it started happening. Right. You understand? Because that's not the intent. That's really it's never, bro. I could sit up here all day, and tell you that, you know, It wasn't, and it really wasn't. It's never the intent, man. My heart big, and I just like to put smiles on people's faces. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, I got kids. I'm a role model. I got to show them, you know, that, you know, and I look at it like this here. Like God said, when you give, you'll receive too. So I never mind, you know, giving, you know, especially in the market we in, man. I mean, especially with liquor, food. Right. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, God said that.
During the pandemic.
And it was in the middle of the pandemic, for real, man. Like, yo, pull up. If you won't pay, you can pay. If you don't want to pay, I got you. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? And people sometimes, I ain't going to lie to you, bruh. I got a problem with that sometimes because sometimes people misconstrue that. You feel me? They look at it like, man, that's just a giving dude. So sometimes I have people in my DMs like, say, look, I got a $1,500 rent. You think you can pay it for me? And I'm like, what? What? Come on, man. No, this ain't.
First of all, hey, but you're living too high already.
For real, man.
$1,500 rents look like.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, bro.
$1,500 in New Orleans, if you living a little nice.
Yeah, man. So like, you know, but if I can help, I help, you know, and at the end of the day, like I said, I just like seeing smiles on people's faces, you know. Maya Angelou once said, you know, a person, they'll forget what you tell them. They'll forget what you did for them, but they'll never forget the way you made them feel, you know. So that's the whole thing, you know, just making people feel good. Everybody ain't accepted everywhere.
If you're supposed to sell one like experience with a person, like you always like, if it's kind of like if you have a bar, you want to like sell that experience.
Yeah, that's right.
So you can tell other people.
That's right. That's right.
But
that's right.
Marketing too.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, that's facts, man.
Okay. So I'm like, how many employees do you have?
Let's see. I got, I think about 7 or 6, you know. Try to keep it, you know, kind of close knit. Try to keep everybody, you know, together where we don't. Yeah, I don't like, you know, going through people like that. I do like giving people chances, but, you know, for the most part, I like to keep everything, you know, knitted.
Okay. So I'm like, what's your, mission?
My mission?
I'm like, when you first started like round 2 in your Creole seasoning.
Oh, the season was another thing. That's default too. I ain't gonna lie to you, bruh. Like I never in a million years thought that, you know, I would have where that thing at, man? A seasoning. I never in a million years, bruh. And I can't make this up. So what happened was we was doing steaks every Wednesday on Claiborne, 1832. And actually, I started with like some little bitty steaks or whatever. And that's when I realized that the steak game is big in the bar industry or whatever like that. So I started with some little $7 steaks. I had a hotline set up. And I think I started with like 20 or 30 or something like that. And they went so fast, so I was like, man, we on to something, you heard me? And it was on a Wednesday. I said, next Wednesday, we gonna go in. And I'm the type, when I believe in something and I shout something, you know, I got the tendency to make other people believe because I believe in it. And everybody say, like, if you don't believe in it, how can you make somebody else believe in it? So we did 50 steaks the next Wednesday. The following Wednesday, it went to 150 steaks. The following Wednesday, it was like at 300. So we was doing them steaks and I was using different spices and stuff. You asked me how I come up with this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we was using different spices. I was grabbing here, grabbing there, grabbing there, grabbing there. All these different spices for one steak now. All these different flavors that people was coming for. So it became time consuming because like I said, mind you, I was doing 300 steaks every Wednesday. So I needed to figure out a way that we could do the Wendy's program. Pull up to the window, boom, your stuff already ready. You heard me? So I'm like, man, this slowing me down. So one day I took all the different spices that I was using for those steaks and put it in one. And when I put it in one, it sped up the progress. But not only did it speed up the progress, it attracted more people because we were moving faster and we were moving volume. So we went to like 350 steaks, you know, and I can't make this up, bro. Y'all can go ask all your chicken marts, ask these places. Like I was really doing that. You know, you came to steak night a few times, right? You know, so anyhow, I was using all these different things. I put it into one. When I put it in one, it sped up the customer progress. They was coming. So I'm like, you know what? I ain't going to be greedy. At this point, it ain't even about the money. This shit, I mean, excuse my French, but it's really wearing me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm burning out doing all these steaks every Wednesday. You know, the check was fat. You know, it was covering a lot of the bills. But, you know, there's a such thing as like, you know, try and maintain and be healthy for the next day, and it was tearing me down. So what I did was I said, you know what? We're going to put that in a bottle and let people do their own steaks and take some of the slack off of us. And thanks to the pandemic, though, because people, even though I had it packaged, I really ain't started pumping them out yet, but people were still coming because we had such a great vibe and I was doing the steaks fun. But due to the pandemic, I went hard with this, started putting that out, you know, and man, it just took off. Seriously, like it's doing its thing.
Proud of you.
So that's by default. Like I didn't never in a million years thought in my mind that I would have a seasoning out or whatever. Like I said, I had to slow things down, and you know, it was too much. So put it in one and let people do their own, you know. So
how do you advertise on just round 2 in your seasoning?
What you mean, like
how you advertise? Maybe like just social media.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, like, you know, like I said, at Instagram, you know, that's big, that's powerful, you know. And then a lot of times it's word of mouth, you know, like people be like, oh, I heard from this person, or I heard from that person, you know, and never even follow me on Instagram or none of that stuff there. You know, I've been in the line before at Winn-Dixie and heard a conversation, and, you know, people don't even know it's me behind them, and, you know.
Your face is on there.
Yeah, it's on there, man.
You gotta pick the bottle and show it to the
It's
people.
on there, man. Check it out.
They ain't gonna see it that clear.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I forgot. But yeah, man. So anyway, like, you know, it be word of mouth, man. People be running their traps and stuff right in front of me. Sometimes don't even know who I am. But, you know, good thing is always good things. You feel me? So, like.
If it's bad thing, you gotta be ready for.
Well, you're gonna be ready for it. You can't please everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just try my best to, you know.
If that was my next question, how well do you take on the, like, it was just criticism?
You gotta be able to take constructive criticism. You would never last in no kind of business, I promise you, without being able to take constructive criticism, bro. Like, you got to realize and know that everybody's not gonna like what you're doing. You feel me?
Right.
They got some people that's genuinely gonna be honest about it. You know what I'm saying? They got people that's gonna hate just to be hating because they don't like the person that you are. You got people that's like really and truly, like I said, this flavor may not be for everybody. I can't expect everybody to be like, yeah, it was fire. You come back and say it was nasty, I might do a little like that. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, everybody don't eat. They got people that don't eat fried chicken. Fried chicken good as hell, right? You heard me? They got people that don't. They got people that don't eat pizza. Like, pizza is good as hell. You heard me? Don't like the taste of pizza.
He got fat and he don't eat bread.
You feel what I'm saying? So, like, you know what I'm saying? To each his own. Everything ain't for everybody. You heard me? So, like, yeah, bro, I'm cool with the constructive criticism. It don't bother me, you know. If anything, like, you know, like I said, I learned that, you know, you can't please everybody. But, you know, for the most part, the feedback been great with this here, you know. And, you know, if it's not, I just, you know, I take it and deal with it, you know. That don't stop me or slow me down or make me even get negative about those people. The first thing that's going to come to the average and typical person's mind when they got a product and somebody's saying that, oh, they don't like it. The average typical person may say that, oh, they hating on me. No, I ain't gonna even lie to you, though. I'm like, well, maybe, you know, I'm a benefit of doubt type of person. I'm like, well, maybe, you know, she don't eat lemon pepper and it's the lemon pepper that's in there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it is what it is.
Okay. So, I'm like, what made you choose your, well, okay, what made you choose, what made you choose your, current, location?
Chalmette?
Yeah.
Well, I was on Claiborne. Like I said, Claiborne's like 1,800 square feet. You know, and when I moved to Claiborne, my intention was to, like, really, I know we going through like gentrification and stuff, you know. And like I said, I got there by default and I started planning once I got in there, you know, what I really wanted. And I've always wanted like a all right, so Claiborne it was cool. I love my people. But I've always heard, I've stayed in and out of Chalmette too, you know, as a kid. And I've always heard, you know, the black and white thing about Chalmette. And yeah, a few times I've witnessed, you know, racism and stuff like that out there. My goal, yeah, right.
Once in your life.
You're gonna experience it. You got to, you know. And But the thing about it, my goal is to change the narrative. You know, my goal is to diversify, bring everybody together, and make people believe that there's no limit to where they could go at, you know, on U.S. soil. You know, you have to be the person to believe and have faith and say, you know what, I'm gonna open up shop here, I'm gonna set up shop here, and I mean, they're gonna have to deal with me. And I'm gonna do everything the way I need to do, you know what I'm saying, where they can't, you know, try and, you know, mess over me or break me down or whatever like that. And my whole thing is really and truly about my people. I gotta let my people know it's okay to you know, broaden your horizons and stretch out and stop saying that, oh, they don't want you here. Yeah, that may be true. It may be true. But put your feet down, plant your seed, and watch it grow. Wherever you want to do that at, you should be able to do that at. You know, so Chalmette, like, my whole thing is I need to change the narrative. I'm going to show them that this is possible. You know, we could do this. We could hold it down, bring everybody together, and not just one group or type of people is able to open up a business in Chalmette. I'm gonna show you, watch.
So have you ever had to turn down on like a client? And on like, if so, on like, tell the people why.
As far as
like for the customer coming by a drink or some things.
Well, yeah, think about it. When you got licenses and permits and things of that sort that's on the line that help you, you know, provide and take care of your family, like, you got to be cognizant. You got to kind of like, you know, you got to make sure that you all the way right, you know, especially with your business and your license on the line, especially if it supports your family. So yeah, I've had people, and I tell my bartenders, I train them that, you know, if somebody seems a bit, you know, highly intoxicated or their levels are through the roof, you got to know when to shut it down. And they made it because I'm gonna get charged. You know, I'm liable to walk out that thing with handcuffs on. You know what I'm saying? Especially if that person go out here and kill himself. You feel me? The first thing they're gonna do, where they was at last. You feel me? And we are held responsible and accountable for those type of situations that may occur. Yeah, due to, you know, us not, you know, properly handling our business. So my bartenders, they already know. They train to go shut them down. Look, dude getting a little hostile, dude doing if you start, you know, we gonna let you enjoy yourself, have a great time. But if it costs you, to get humbuggish, or start getting erratic and all that type of stuff there, then yeah, we got to shut you down. And that don't always go too good either, you know? Seriously, like, some people don't know how to take no, you know?
Okay. So, is there any like advice that you want to give to a young entrepreneur just starting out? Just starting
out, you have to know that you're just starting out. It's simple and plain. Like, some people get their big break overnight and some people don't. You know, it just depends on where the cards fall. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you one thing, though. Hard work do not go unnoticed. Like, you got to believe in yourself first. You got to have faith. You got to put God first. Real talk. I ain't going to speak on him if I don't believe in it. I'm a living testimony, bro. I got my own relationship. Build your own personal relationship with God. It ain't got to be no rehearsed prayers or none of that. You talk to him how you want to talk to him, and you tell him exactly how you feel, and he going to come through in the clutch for you when it's game time, for the simple fact that God said, all I need you to do is have the faith the size of a mustard seed. You don't need to have that much. You don't need to have, he don't expect you to have, because you don't know, you never seen him. But he wants you to understand and believe. And once you put that man first, and not only put him first and pray, but you got to work with him. You got to give him something. He got the blessing already ready for you. He just won't see how bad you want it. You hear me? And like I said, you may not see it happening or manifesting as fast as you want it to happen, but you got to remember, you on his time, not your time. You heard me? He know when the perfect time to set you up and get you squared, and he know if you're ready for that perfect time to be squared away. You heard me? So like, you gonna have haters. You're going to have people that try and knock you. You're going to have, like, don't believe that, you know, just because that person doing it, you can't do it. And don't believe that your idea is always weird or messed up, because a lot of people's not into it. Like I said, you get out of it what you put into it, and you got to work hard and grind, man. And, you know, don't let nobody put no roof on your sky.
Oh, that's a new one.
Straight up. I'm serious, dog.
I had to catch up with that.
I swear, man, that's what it is. Like,
my head just now.
Say, bro, I tell you, dog, like, like I'm a man, you heard me? So I can't do nothing but keep it real. I've had like breakdowns and stuff like that. The business is not easy. If you want to get in business and make some real money and do things it's not easy. Nothing worth having is gonna come easy. Nothing. I don't care what nobody say. They can say what they want, and if it does come easy, it's not gonna last long because you don't appreciate it as much as you would as if you know you worked hard.
Understand how it's working.
And if you don't understand,
Like,
exactly.
You gotta know the science, but
You gotta go through it. You gotta know why. You gotta
like why is winning.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, sometimes you can have it fast, but if you don't know why,
You lost.
As soon as it fell, you be like,
You don't even know how to pick the pieces up
You don't know how to get it back.
because you ain't put the pieces together. You feel me? Like if I laid up there and I built that transmission for that car, I can't expect D to pull up and say, "Oh, I'm gonna break this down like this, put it back." No, I know the science to it. I didn't fell off, D. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't went down. I didn't went up. I never showed people that though.
You don't post the devil until you sweat.
I never show people that. You know what I'm saying? I just keep my faith high and believe that, I'm a persevere. I'm a overcome, and we're going to make it through this, stormy weather. I've always kept my head up high no matter what. Because you got to realize you was born with nothing. They got people out here that don't have nothing.
You can always come up.
Man, you heard me, like straight up, like, and any point, you hear me? So you gotta know how to pick the pieces up and keep on rolling. And you said something very important, bro. Like straight up, like you got to really that's you gotta know the science behind why you winning.
Interviews, it's like I told everybody what I was gonna do. I gave the whole game, and everybody like, you stupid for telling everybody. Somebody gonna take your idea. I said I want everybody to do it, but everybody not gonna outwork me.
They're not gonna do it like you.
They're not gonna outwork.
Say,
me.
bro.
They're not gonna be consistent. Guess what? When I first started, I was dropping 5 or 10 interviews a night. They're like, damn, he just throwing them. The people telling me don't do that. No, consistency beats talent every day.
I agree. Consistency. I agree all day long. Like when I came in here, what I say, bro, how long you been doing this for? You say 2 years. I say no. No.
I started my YouTube channel January 2018.
Say, bro, I swear I feel like you've been doing it for a long time, and that's just because your work ethic. That's right. That's because your work ethic. You got the catalog. You got interviews for days. You feel me?
People that I never expected, like it was the real Rick Ross, the truth. It just like I kind of knew that was gonna come, but I don't even focus on celebrities. Like
you just do you.
Celebrities, I would have been passed for a lot of people up.
Yeah.
But I like that underground that
authentic.
I like to catch people when they fresh about to make it.
You want that authentic, bro. And that's the thing about my seasons. Like people like, why you don't just go jump off in Walmart and all that, man? Ain't the people that's going to Walmart, yeah, they cooking, but they ain't cooking like the people on Tupelo. They ain't cooking like the people on Dumaine and St. Philip. They ain't cooking like the people on Louisiana and the Parkway. They're not cooking like the people, you know what I'm saying, in the hood in Marrero. I won't touch every neighborhood store there is possible, bro. I try to keep it authentic, as possible. Real talk. I won't touch them people that's putting that, pickle meat in their food, cornbread, and I just want, I want to make sure they straight first.
The people that cooking from the soul.
I got to touch them first. That's where I'm going first. You heard me? So, like I said, we're in Circle Food Store. That was big for me, man. I ain't lying to you.
I'll give you some campaign marketing. You should go on a marketing campaign. Go in. And we're going to knock on old ladies' doors and tell them about your season.
Like a Jehovah's Witness.
Recorded. And telling them why you want your seasoning.
You serious? You serious? And you know what? I got a lot of old people that buy it too. You know why? Because the sodium levels and stuff, the salt and all that.
Have somebody follow you and record you.
Damn.
And let an old woman cook with your seasoning and see her reaction. I'll find her reaction after. Start a YouTube channel for your seasoning.
Damn, bro. You trying to get me stabbed up right quick, man. Boom, boom. Excuse me, you want to buy something?
Yeah, you already had a shirt on. Like, baby, they already, you must be famous. You on the bottom.
Oh, man. That's crazy. Yeah, man.
So I'm telling people, I'm like, what's next for you? Like, more, maybe more seasonings, maybe more locations,
say,
franchising.
Bro, let me tell you something. My daddy was so militant growing up, dog. He wasn't in the military, but he was militant like I'm talking about. Nigga, we was scared to death of my daddy, dog. We was slaves growing up. You know, he worked us like, you know, no offense, we got worked like the little Mexican boys. You hear me? Like, we really worked. Like, we didn't do all that playing. My daddy always had something going where we had to really work. So he really kind of ruined us when it comes to work, dog. I'm trying to I'm not gonna say it's the end, you know, but I got sons, you know. I got a 16-year-old, 13-year-old, you know, that's you know, watching me right now. Yeah, huh?
If you made me realize you was old.
I'm not old, bro. I just started early. Yeah, but you know, so what's next? You know, I'm just trying. I know I gotta. People want more of this, so I ain't gonna tell that secret right now. You know, but I'm gonna tell you, we got something coming right after this. You know, and we'll probably be on another interview or something with that right there. You know, so. Yeah, y'all just wait for the bar to open too, so that's coming soon too, probably in about another couple weeks or whatever, out there in Chalmette.
Okay. And like last but not least, tell everybody like what can they find you at on like social media? Round_2 the number _reloaded. Reloaded.
Like a dog.
Nolazine, make them scream. Nolazine. Make them SCREAM. Scream. Nolazine, make them scream. You heard me.